Bahashem Yah. Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. Double honors to our venerable apostles and others at Great Millstone who were well, and peace and blessings to the Lord's elect, the house of David. It's the brother Haran coming back at you with another lesson, Lord willing to be edifying unto the elect. All right, and today's February 19th, 2021. All right, the year of us hastening unto the coming of our Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. All right, and as you can see here, the title says, Empty shelves and long lines outside stores as Texas runs out of food amid deadly cold snap. Okay. And, man, this is tough because this is all part of the prophecies of the end times, man. Okay, now, reading this, I haven't even read through the article yet. I just saw the title and I said, let me hop on this one real fast. All right, it says, grocery stores in Texas have become a sorry sight with empty shelves and people queuing outside after a freak winter storm caused massive power outages and completely disrupted food supply chains in the unprepared southern state. All right, now, you could think of it, all right, spiritually, that is the Most High who's doing this. But how is he doing this? He's using Esau Edom, okay, to go about causing all of this this pain and suffering that a lot of people are suffering, all right, especially Jake. All right, so this is all part of Jacob's trouble, man, because remember, when the Lord was taking down, all right, Egypt, all right, ancient Egypt, Mitzrayim, all right, what did he do? Before he took him out, he started with a tactical dissection. All right, he took them down, all right, with 10 different plagues. All right, 10 different plagues, man. And ultimately, after those 10 plagues were done, all right, Egypt was pretty much destroyed. All right, and then, all right, it was weakened enough for Pharaoh. All right, the Lord put the spirit on Pharaoh to finally, let his people go. Okay, but here, these are all signs, right? Now, through the spirit, I'm looking at this. I don't see this thing, getting better or the problem becoming resolved. All right. I believe through the spirit, these are all things that Esau Edom, all right, your government, all right, they're doing all these things, these elites, all right, with the harp machine and so on and so forth. All right. Weather control. Okay. They have the, there's a thing. I forgot what it's called. All right, but they're able to use it, okay, to zap, all right, directed energy weapons. Yeah, DEW. There you go, DEW. All right, they have directed energy weapons, all right, that they use. Okay, when you pay attention to those so-called Cali wildfires, those are majority of them. When you look at the aftermath, all right, of those fires, you can see that it was a deliberate tactical takedown. Okay, the trees seem to be fine. It seems like only the buildings and the cars, all right, keep getting burnt up. But for some reason, the trees that are around, they seem to be just fine. All right, so we can conclude, all right, by direct observation, all right, that there's some type of clear, specific attack. Okay, now Texas, okay, when you look at the energy grid, the way it's set up, all right, I believe there's a couple of states, all right, that kind of like they are a little bit not connected to all of the United States, and I believe Texas has their own power grid. Okay, so Texas, all right, what they're going through right now goes to show you that even if they have their own power grid, all right, the government can still take them down. All right, now we know, all right, a time that's coming known as a time of Jacob's trouble. Now, you also need to understand that the Most High dwells, all right, in his own time. Okay, he dwells with time periods, he dwells with ages and so on and so forth. All right, and every time he does things, it's a slow burn. Okay, the Most High dwells in time, and it's a slow burn, man. It doesn't just happen suddenly overnight. You could see the build up to something, all right, or the takedown of something, but it happens at a gradual pace. Okay, but this time here, what you see now, like I said before, for those who are in Texas, And of course, the elect who are also part of, who are also in this dire straits, the Most High is going to deliver us. All right, the Most High is going to deliver men, women, and children who are part of the elect. Okay, but for those who are not part of the elect, all right, who have become, all right, the targets of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, they're going to be in dire straits, man. All right, now we've been talking about famines for a very long time, and now you can see it happening. All right, like I said, this ain't going to be a thing where it's like, oh, okay, well, there's famine and then the food and then it comes back. No, we was telling you months ago that the food production was halted. All right, when you go into the Midwest, all right, when you look at the farmers and the farms that were out there in the West, okay, those who were producing the food, they were shut down last spring. Okay, a lot of them were shut down 2 springs ago. All right, they were going through a lot of problems, man. I remember this. Okay, back in 2019, during the summer of 2019, Dabu was talking about how some of the farmers weren't able to grow their crops because of weather issues. All right, they were going through flooding and so on, so many different things that was happening, man. You know, they were going through the Cali wildfires, the fires that were even extended to different states. Okay, and everything being interconnected. If one state is affected, it's going to undoubtedly affect another state, and then on and on and on it goes. Okay, so expect this right here, this whole thing that just happened in Texas alone, it could affect so many different things. For example, gas prices could skyrocket off of this, man. You know, there's going to be grocery stores, all right, that might not necessarily be in Texas, might be in a different state, but they're going to have to suffer because you're going to have other people crossing the borders, okay, into different states just to what? To get something sufficient for their families, you know? And you know how Texas is. Everybody, not everybody, but most of the people over there in Texas, you know, they got some weight on them, man. You know, so the food, this food shortage, all right, and power outage is gonna be very devastating, man. Okay, but let's read this real quick. It says, grocery stores in Texas have become a sorry sight with empty shelves and people queuing outside after a freak winter storm caused massive power outages and completely disrupted food supply chains in the unprepared southern state. RT's Rupley video agency visited one of the stores in Dallas, filming shelves and fridges that were bursting with produce not long ago, but now stand completely empty. All right, and this was all done tactically by Esau Edom. All right, remember, they will do whatever it takes, pressure from above, pressure from below, okay? And they'll do whatever it takes to get the people to comply. And if you're not willing to comply, then they're going to take different measures, man. All right, this is not the end. This is just the beginning of sorrows, man. You know? It says, after several days of deep freeze and heavy snowfall, even common products like milk, cold meats, vegetables, and many others became inaccessible to Texans. Outside the Dallas store, people with shopping carts stood in long lines in the snow-covered parking lot, shivering from the cold. All right, so the winter time is going to have its own adversities that people are going to have to deal with. And then the springtime is going to come with its own thing. And then the summertime is also going to come with its own thing. So you want to talk about all hell breaking loose is going to be done in phases and stages. Okay, that's we saw what happened last year. Like, it's not that hard to understand how Esau likes to do things, man. He likes to use gradualism, and he likes to roll things out step by step. Okay, we saw how they play this whole COVID BS the whole of last year, and now look what the next thing is. So last year it looked like a pestilence. This year is looking like a famine. So the plagues are hitting Egypt heavy, man. All right, the plagues are gonna start hitting Egypt even more. Okay. So like we said, man, hey, don't think that the Most High is just going to sit there and watch this place just do what it do. No. All right. He's going to intervene, and he's intervening right now, according to what the prophecies say. Okay. It says it's very stressful. This is a quote. It says it's very stressful to be in a cold house. And if you're in a cold house, you're definitely not eating any warm food. A local man complained. Even when you go out and can't find food, And when you do, you have to stand in line for 5 hours. All right. Now, if you would have told somebody last 2 years that this was going to be their reality, all right, 2 years from now, they're going to call you a conspiracy theorist, man. They're going to call you a crazy nigga. Like, what? Nigga, are you crazy? Oh, stop with this conspiracy shit. Look what's happening, man. Look at what is happening. Everything that we talked about, everything that's in the scriptures is coming to pass. Okay? It's coming to pass, man. And over there in Texas, it's always normally warm. So imagine just, on a very weird ass, last year you go through this whole bullshit pandemic, all right, and then you have this year that you're trying to figure things out, all right, trying to figure out life, trying to make sure maybe things you might catch a break in the future, and then you get hit with this, you get hit with this, and then you don't even know where your help is coming from. Hopefully this thing gets resolved. What if this thing lasts a whole year? Like this whole COVID thing that happened last year, everybody was under the impression of what? Oh, let's stop the curve. Let's bend the curve. 2 weeks. 2 weeks lockdown. 2 weeks lockdown became a whole life of lockdown. Now, last time I checked, I believe, what's her name? Angela Merkel, whatever her name is, the German chancellor. Okay, she said what? They don't see, all right, lockdowns leaving anytime soon, man. All right, she basically saying until everybody's vaccinated, everyone on the planet is vaccinated, they ain't no freedoms no more. That's it. And we know not everybody's gonna be vaccinated. So now what? Now what? It says, what's happening in Texas because of the cold weather doesn't make any sense, he pointed out. Yeah. All right, because it's not a thing that normally happens. This is something that's deliberately done by your government. All right, that's why Ted Cruz, all right, your governor Ted Cruz could go on vacation with his daughters because it was their birthday and he was trying to show them how to be a good father. That was his reason, man. While thousands of Texans are out there with no power, all right, no food, okay, no electricity, no heat, nothing. This nigga is out there having fun to show you. All right, the mockery is just getting started, man. Now is the time for you to get right with Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because if you don't, and he starts to step on the gas even more, you're gonna be very, very, very uncomfortable, man. All right, you Babylonians, you Americans, man, you about to be very, very, very uncomfortable, man. This is a time like never before, and through the Spirit, I believe we're here. Jacob's trouble is here, and you know what? Following the track record of Esau and what he does, it's not just going, like I said, it's not going to just stop and end, start and end in Texas. They're going to start rolling it out in different states. Now, they might not black out the whole country, but they're going to do it little by little. Okay? It's all test runs. They checking to see if this one works. All right, cool. This is this. All right, cool. How do people reacting? Okay, if we do this, how long is it going to take for them to get to this point? They testing everything out right now. All right? And they got the troops on deck ready to go. All they need is one more thing, which is going to be a major, major false flag attack. One more, or maybe a couple more, just to shut this thing all the way down, man. Whether you don't want to get vaccinated or not, all right, whatever it is that they're about to do, it's going to culminate to so many different things. All right, they're going to come for people's guns. All right, they're going to do a lot of things. Whatever it is that they're planning to do, hey, it's going to be big. It's going to be real big, man. It's going to make sense for them to take those draconian measures. Whatever it is that they're going to do, that shit is going to be the reason, the cause for them to really kick things into gear. And for you to finally see these troops on these streets and people knocking at your doors with guns in their hands and all these different things. All right. It's going to be a major false flag that's going to be the Kickstarter to all hell breaking loose. All right, scriptures say, when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them like a woman that travaileth. Okay, and when you listen to what Biden was saying during his whole presidential campaign, all he kept saying was peace and safety. Well, let's follow the science. Let's do this. Let's be safe. People got to be safe. Let's do this in a safe and efficient manner. Okay. It says, what's happening? Okay, we read that already. already. It says the power outages caused by the storm have disrupted the state's entire food supply chain, heavily hitting both producers and retailers. Okay. Fruit and vegetable crops in the Rio Grande Valley have frozen over, while dairy farmers were pouring milk worth millions of dollars down the drain as they were unable to get it to the dairies, man. Okay, and they did the same thing when COVID hit. All right, earlier 2020. There was news that came out that they were killing off the pork, the pigs because of COVID. They were killing off a whole bunch of chicken because of COVID. They were pouring out a whole bunch of milk because of COVID, man. You know? It says some cows and chickens have also died due to being kept in unheated enclosures and lack of feed for them. Okay? This all happened all of a sudden, man. For some weird reason, nobody was prepared for this, right? Yeah, okay. You know, the thing is, hey, you know what's crazy? Some people actually know that something ain't right. You know, hey, that's the spirit right here. Look at this. Boom. 144 right there, baby. All right, call y'all about me out shot. But hey, some people actually paying attention. They know what's going on. They know something ain't right. All right, that's why the guy said, you know, things like this. Let me read that real quick. He said, what's happening in Texas because of the cold weather doesn't make any sense, he pointed out. Okay, it don't make sense, man. The people are kind of picking up on the vibe that, man, something ain't right. All right. It says, while some stores shuttered, those that remained open saw their supplies dwindling almost instantly due to demand spikes and products spoiling in dark refrigerators. They also had no means to restock. Okay. So again, this is just a prime example, all right, of things that are about to start happening across the states. Okay. Officials have warned that disruptions in food supply may continue in Texas for weeks, even after the weather improves, because the agriculture industry was already suffering from the coronavirus pandemic. See, we mentioned that already. All right. So it's a deliberate attack on the people. We talked about this, man. We talked about this, that they're going to come for your food. They will come for it. All right. All power plants in the state resumed operations on Friday, offering Texans hope that the situation may improve. However, at least 195,000 homes still remained without electricity as the big freeze destroyed power lines. More than 14.4 million people, almost half the population of Texas, were also continuing to experience water shortages. Now, do you hear the numbers? You hear the numbers, 195,000 homes. And you also hear the number 14.4 million people. All right. Now, 14.4 million people, all right, are without power. Okay. They're continuing to experience water shortages and some type of problems. How come the news media isn't making a big deal out of this, man? 14.4 million Americans are suffering. How come the news media is not emphasizing anything about this? But when COVID hit, oh, there are 2 cases. Oh my goodness, everybody gotta get inside, wear your mask, stay 6 feet apart. 2 cases. Oh, 100 people died today. Oh my goodness, pandemic. Oh, 1,000 people have died. The whole world, 1 million people have died. COVID, there's a pandemic. 1 million. Here it is. There's 14.4 million people, almost half the population of Texas. With no, they're experiencing water shortages. But the news media is not making that much of a big deal. So you see how they play with the numbers? This all goes into something known as agenda setting theory. Okay, agenda setting theory and also cultivation theory. You gotta look these 2 things up, man. All right. It says nearly 24 people have so far died in Texas due to the freezing temperatures, but authorities fear that the actual death toll might be higher, as not all bodies have yet been discovered. You hear that? So now let's replace this storm with an outbreak. Let's just say COVID outbreak, and 195,000 homes were affected and 14.4 million people were suffering from this case. Do you know how crazy the whole world would be in right now? Yo, they'll shut down the whole world, shut everything down, man. But you got all this stuff happening, 14.4 million people, and I promise you, people from different countries don't even know about this. It's not a big deal. So they pick and choose what they want to put the emphasis on. You see? Regardless of what it is, man, this is all part of prophecy, and the judgments are going to carry out. Okay, it's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, start off at 1. It says, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. All right, which is that highest, which is Yahweh, okay, through his son Yahushai, and he's going to do it by signs. Okay, he's going to do it through signs, man. You're not going to see the Lord physically. Okay, nobody's going to get to see the Lord physically, but you're going to get to see him with his signs, man. The plagues that he's about to plague this place with. All right, that's how you're going to know that the highest is visiting the world in which he made. Verse 3, Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. All right, now the earthquakes, hey, they used to be broadcasted on mainstream media, but now they don't. Now they don't, because it's a very important prophecy that they keep hiding. Okay, you've seen all these different things that are mentioned as part of prophecy, and those things are happening. Okay, how come Esau is hiding some of the prophecies? Because he doesn't want you to piece them all together. Okay, he doesn't want you to piece them all together so you can tell, all right, the times that you're in. He don't want you to know the times that you're in. All right. That's why you have a 7.1 earthquake, and it's not even going to be spoken of one time in the news media, unless maybe you might have alternative media. You might have to go do your own research, read about it, and so on and so forth, man. Okay? There's a lot of uproars of the people. You got Barcelona over there. You know, out there in Spain, you got people protesting because somebody got arrested or something like that. Okay, you got different people in different countries fighting and protesting against government lockdowns. That's all part of uproars of the people, man. And it's happening in the world. All right? It says, Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. All right? It says, For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. So the beginning was manifest, now the end is manifest. Okay? Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonder and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs. Like we said, he's going to show you by his signs, right? Verse 7, And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed. All right, so brothers and sisters that are part of the elect who are in Texas right now, experiencing the things that they're experiencing now, will be delivered by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, because it is a promise. And we know that the Most High is not a man that he should lie. Okay, so all we have to do is keep our faith in the promise that he has given us, and it will be fulfilled by our faith. Okay, it will be fulfilled and provoked by our faith, man. Okay, it says what? Shall be preserved from the set perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. All right. Verse 9, Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. All right. So when you had the chance to do right by Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, you chose not to. All right. And at this point, we don't need to break down what it means to turn to the Most High. It's not hard to understand what you need to do. Okay, at this point, it's not even about you not knowing. It's about you choosing not to do it. All right. Verse 10, For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. All right, because whether you know the Most High or not, he still does good for people, man. All right, he's not just out there doing right by those who know him. He does right by people who don't even know him. All right. That's just how the Most High works. Now, if you do right by him, he blesses you. If you do evil against him, he will curse you. All right. And then the curses are what people are about to start feeling very soon. Already you got people feeling it. All right. Verse 11, it says, And they that have loathed my law, while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. Okay, and now your liberties are being taken away from you. All right, your ability to believe what you want to believe, the ability to gain this truth. All right, the ability to go to these camps, to go learn. Okay, all these different things, your freedoms are being taken away from you. All right, the same must know it after death by pain. All right, so those who don't repent and you don't get right, all these plagues that are coming, they're going to come and you're going to be affected by it. Okay, a lot of people are going to be affected by these things that are coming, man. You know, this is all what? The plagues that are coming to Egypt. All right, so that we're talking about famines now. All right, famines. All right, let's get a quick last precept. All right, this is Yahushua speaking, okay? It says, this is a book of Matthew chapter 24, start at 7. It says, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Okay, so all these things that are happening now, it's just the beginning. All right, it's just the beginning. Whew. All right, so I'm gonna leave it off there, Lord willing, you've been edified. Okay, I'll put this link in the description, so brothers and sisters who are interested, you can read it for yourselves as well. If you want to send it to somebody, whatever it might be, send the information, spread the information. All right, and let's keep on doing this thing to, Lord willing, seal up all of the elect, man. All right, we see all these prophecies being manifest. All right, it puts a very beautiful spirit. All right, a beautiful light on our spirits, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's just keep going, man, and believe on Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay, don't waver, man. Don't lose faith. All right, we've seen all these things happening. It's gonna hit everybody else, but remember that the Most High has spoken that he's gonna be there and protect his elect. All right, you do right by him, he's gonna do right by you. Okay, so I'm going to leave it off there, Lord willing, you've been edified. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakakwadash, the Wadiyah, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, and until next time, Shalom.